Hey, what's going on, guys? It is noon. We're gonna do our nooner today. I'm hanging out with my buddy, new buddy, Justin, as we talk about all this fun badassery of networking groups and everything that we're building out with it. And man, these things are growing fast. So, Justin, my friend, welcome to the show. Tell everybody who the heck you are.
Sure. I'm Justin Larson. I'm a mortgage loan officer with Movement Mortgage in Minnesota. I'm also licensed in Wisconsin. That's kind of my day job. On the other side, I'm also a military veteran. I was deployed in 2004, combat engineer. I was a gunner on a Humvee, carried a 240 Bravo. And the other hat I wear would be I'm a father of three boys, 5, 4, and 3 months old. So they keep
Mercy, you got your hands full.
yeah, definitely. It's a busy place. So before I walked in,
Was
I'm
it?
like, stop.
I gotta
No
ask,
more
what's
yelling.
the difference between a 240 Bravo and a 240 Golf? Do you know?
um, I think that's. I'm trying to remember. I think they're the same. I think it's the fly clip versus
Oh,
the
okay.
trigger.
Because in the Marine Corps we had the 240 Golf. I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm now I know there's different versions of the 240.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think when they were telling me about it, it's the same weapon, but the fly trigger, like what
Right
they had
on.
on like the 50 cal. You could put that on the Golf or something.
Learn something new every day. So the 240 is a beast, man. That's a hog of a gun.
Yeah, it was
So
fun. I
so
miss it.
yeah, thanks for doing this, dude, and I appreciate you. Where is your chapter opening up?
Well, Minnesota is the area since it's online. I currently live up in Lino Lakes, which is about 20 minutes from the center of Minneapolis. So Vikings games and stuff like that is just a 20-minute drive for me. But
Wait, Vikings, is that like some Pee Wee football team? I'm confused. Who's the
yeah,
Vikings?
they uh, they show up every Saturday or Sunday, I guess. But as for Super Bowl rings, they definitely are lacking in any. So it's a love
Anyway,
hate relationship.
right, right. So to talk a little bit about networking, how do you define networking? What is it?
Networking is connections with others, and uh, it's uh, it's as simple as that. Like having a connection with somebody and being friends with them, whether it's work, school, or privately. It's all connections with different people.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've been networking for quite a long time,
Yeah,
ran several groups and everything else. How long you been doing the networking game?
sure. I started back in college. I like when I was in college, I was at a cell phone
Dude, that
store.
was like 40 years ago.
Yeah, right. Feels like it. Feels like a different life. But
Right.
yeah, the networking I started at like a chamber of commerce,
Hmm.
and then from there, I, I I moved through different management locations in Verizon, and then I ended up making the move over to mortgage. So it was once I got back into mortgage is when I started networking again. But yeah, it was a little bit different look to it from
Yeah.
now from then.
Right, right. Hello, Tabitha. We see you over there on LinkedIn saying howdy and hello. We're in a crazy environment right now, Justin, where people are trying to figure out what to do with their businesses. People are consumed and worried about what's going to happen to the economy and everything else. What are you seeing in your guys' world? What are some of the biggest struggles people are facing right now?
I think it's the uncertainty of what is to come. Normally, we have like a plan, like a catastrophe happens, and then we like make plans and drive forward. Uh, mission focused kind of thing. And right now, we're just in limbo until they tell us that we can get back to our lives. So there's no plans that we're really making. I mean, we can make plans to go out in the yard and play, but it's never like a dinner date with another couple or seeing family and that kind of thing. It's the only plans are kind of the videos on the computer,
Yeah.
and it's not the same as just meeting with people every once in a while and shaking hands and hugs and stuff like that.
I saw a cool video yesterday of these two young kids over in the UK somewhere really wanted to have go out to a restaurant to eat. And these kids, I mean, 3, maybe 5 years old, and their parents, the kids just couldn't understand why they couldn't go out to restaurants and whatnot. So their parents opened up mommy and daddy's restaurant, put together full menus, dad's in a chef hat, and they're coming through. And yeah, it was well played out. It was really cool to see how much they had done for the kids to give them the whole, 3-course meal and choices and whatnot. So I love how creative people are getting at the moment and the things that they're coming to light. I've even, seen some people do dinner parties where you cook what you want to cook, I'll cook what I want to cook, and everybody kind of hangs out, drinks wine, pops open a Zoom, and hangs out just to keep the connections and things going. So I like the ingenuity and things that are happening, with all of this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely getting creative. I heard about parents doing that with their kids and having the kids feed the parents too, like that, where you cook
Man,
the
maybe
food,
I
but
need
then
kids.
they act like chefs and waitresses and waiters and bring
Oh
out your
man, can
food.
you
But
be rude to the waiter then?
yeah,
Dude,
I
my
think
my
so.
tea's too cold, or
Throw it
dude,
back
it's
at them.
overcooked. That'd be awesome. So, what do you do outside of work? I mean, what do you do for fun when you can do things for fun?
Sure. I like going fishing. Like that's my kind of thing. I used to have a boat, and then we had kids, and I had to get rid of the boat. But we
So this is why
we
I never had kids.
yeah, it's a downer. No, there's a lot of other things that we do for fun. Like go to the park and that kind of thing. We do the parent stuff, and that's a lot of fun. Teaching the kids different things and seeing how they see the world so much differently. It's just you scratch your head and just have to laugh at them sometimes because it's just so goofy, like how
Right.
they're trying to figure out the world, and you're the guide for them.
Right. Um, I've never fished much up north. I've fished a bunch down this way. Is there any particular type of fishing up there that you get after? Because like in
Um,
Dallas and Fort Worth
yeah,
area, it's striper fishing is like one of the biggest things here.
yeah, I like bass fishing. It's you can always find them different places, and then walleyes are huge. Walleyes are a little bit harder to
Okay, when
find
you say you can
sometimes.
always find them, I mean, I catch a buzz when I go fishing. I mean, that's usually my extent of fishing. I get my lures and line really wet, but I don't know
Yeah.
if I'm actually catching anything. Um, uh, uh, what is a walleye? I've heard that said several times. Is it like a bass? Is it, you know,
No, they're
no?
they look different. They're more elongated, and then they have you gotta be careful when you grab them because they have like razor sharp gills.
Oh, really?
You got to hook them like right underneath the jaw, and not get your fingers kind of running across
Wow.
because it'll slice your finger open pretty quick.
That's like alligator guards we got down here. They're fish that look
Yeah,
like alligators on the front of them, and they got sharp ass teeth, man. Just
yeah.
crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. You know, you've been networking for a long damn time. What are some of the things you wish somebody would have told you early on, when it came to networking?
Sure. I think one of the biggest things I wish somebody would have told me is the money's in the one-on-ones.
Hmm.
That I spent probably a year or more going to a chamber meeting, and there's like clicks and that kind of thing, but I never went on one-on-ones with anybody, and nobody ever told me that that's what's happening secretly in the background kind of thing. And as soon as it happened, it like my business just takes off. Like those relationships that you're building.
And for those who may not know, tell them what a one-on-one is.
Sure, one-on-one is just like, hey Donnie, you want to go out for coffee and get to know each other a little bit?
You'd be better
And
off saying, "Do you want to go out for rum?" But yeah, I know.
yeah, whatever works, like whatever they're into after you meet them at the networking event, and then you deliberately go and meet with them. And another step to that is not necessarily just talking business, unless the other person does want to talk to you about business, but mostly it's just getting to know them, and people will buy from who they like, know, and trust. So it you can pitch them as hard as you can. You can have the best business in the world, but if they don't like you, they're not going to buy from you. They'll go
Yeah,
buy from somebody else.
yeah. I hear a lot of people. They're like, "Man, I'm already joining this group. I should just get business out of it. Why do I got to do all these one-on-ones? Why do I got to do this extra stuff? Can I just sit in the meeting and then business would come to me?"
Maybe, but if you want it to really work for you, then you got to build those relationships. And not only that, I'm in like probably like 7 different networking groups. So it's not all like our structure is, but it's open, and And one of the fun ones that I call it a networking group is Hometown Heroes Outdoors. It's for veterans, and they take you on fishing and hunting trips, and it's networking. I'm meeting new veterans, and I get business from it. But it's also the side of things where I'm also having a good time going
Nice.
fishing and hunting and that kind of thing. And these guys know what they're doing, and we have this similar stories to talk about. So it's about those all those connections, and you have to kind of cast a net out for different people to reel in those fish. It's just a lot like fishing, I guess.
Yeah, no, it really, really, really is. It's amazing to me how people don't wrap their head around networking quite often. They're constantly. Would this happen to be around the DFW? Adam, we do have some DFW groups that are happening. There's two in Fort Worth, and then there's one in Dallas, if that's what you're asking. Are you talking about Hometown Heroes? Because Hometown Heroes, is that just in Minnesota,
Yeah, it
Justin?
started in Minnesota, and it's in like the Dakotas and Wisconsin. It's just two guys that kind of got together, and now there's probably like 5,000 members, and
Oh wow,
you have people that donate money to it, and then uh, they'll post trips on Facebook, and you throw your name kind of in the hat, and then they do a drawing, and you get to go. So I've been on quite a few different trips with them, and some of them are pretty sweet, like elk hunting in Canada. I went on it isn't hunting or fishing, but I went on like a Jeep excursion up by north of Duluth there, and uh, went fishing on Superior, went ice fishing up on Lake of the Woods. But it's a cool setup, and it's therapeutic, I guess. There's not like anybody that's telling you what to do and that kind of thing, but the camaraderie is awesome.
no, that's
So
awesome.
I know there's different groups throughout the U.S. This one's just more of a local one in our area that has quite a bit of following.
Nice. Adam's only put up here. He says, "I've never been to a networking event with business people or business orientation type networking event. What would you tell him about his first experiences? What should he do? How
Sure.
should he act?"
I think the first thing is just people are there to meet you. So don't be afraid to walk up and start talking to somebody and ask them what their name is, what they do, get to know them a little bit, take their business card, and then follow up with them because the conversation will probably last like maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then you move on, or somebody else will walk up, and uh, from there, just keep their business card, and then make effort to go and meet with people. When I first started networking, I would just go on one-on-ones with anybody that wanted to. And it's funny because like there's a lot of it takes a lot of time, but if you're just starting out, you want to get your name known by everybody. That's top of mind is the name of the game, especially for my business. If somebody thinks housing, I want them to think Justin.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's a cool thing because, back when I did sales training, that's what I wanted. In my local market, man, I wanted, if anybody talked about sales people, hiring sales, I didn't care. I wanted my name to pop up first.
Right.
You know, and it takes some work. I mean, that's a little bit of branding, a lot of networking, you know, and it's a lot of opening doors for other people,
Yep.
which is what I've learned to, really build, some trust with people. How do people, I mean, so how do you spend time with somebody to actually open up doors so that you can make introductions for other people? I mean, when you sit across from somebody, you're sitting down having a conversation, how do you figure out who they need to meet?
Ask them. Ask them what their target market is, how they run their business differently than the competition. Um, Find out. It's not so much like I have a general idea of what insurance does and these different businesses, but if you don't know, then ask them about their business so you can understand it a lot better. If you know like the business, then it's a matter of making sure that you like that person and that you want to send your customers over to them because that referral reflects on you. And if it's a bad referral because somebody does shady business or something like that, then
Mm,
you don't want to be a part of that. So you got to get to know them and kind of interview them to make sure that they belong in that referral partner kind of quiver, if you want to call it. like in your back pocket to throw it out to people.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be fun. Is this Thursday in the Becoming a Champions group? I'll be talking a lot about doing the one-on-ones and really how to make those an effective tool in your arsenal. So what people need to know is part of the membership of one of these networking groups is you get access to ongoing business development and sales training through our company Success Champions. So it's just a cool added thing for what we're doing. Your meetings is going to happen on Thursdays, right? Is that right?
Yeah. Yep. Thursdays, we're going to have it right before your training and then have like a half-hour break before yours. I think yours starts at 10 Central.
Yeah.
And then ours is from 8:30 to 9:30.
Oh, very cool. Give them a little bit of break before they come in and go all in on that. So how do you like to Becoming a Champions group? You've been in there for a little while now. How's that working out for you?
I think it's really good. I like the different aspects that, we had happy hour last week. We have like the noon thing here, and then the trainings. There's just so much content for people to plug into, and it's real life people having real problems and like good discussions around how to get over it. And it's really easy to be able to plug into that and take things out of it.
Yeah, and I think that's what people need to take into heart when we're doing this is, there's, these local chapters, Minnesota, there's, Texas chapters, and the likes, but you also get access to the bigger groups and, people from all over the world that you can make connections with. And, if your business is only local, you have no idea who people may know in your local marketplace. So it's been a lot of fun putting this whole thing together and building it all out.
Hey, how many chapters now?
We are 12 officially,
Nice.
working on 14, and we are 3 weeks into this now. So,
crazy.
Yeah, I know. This thing is growing very, very fast. The Oregon is the newest chapter we just opened up. So it's in the Tri-Cities area up in Oregon. So it's close to Washington, Oregon, right there, I guess, on the line, opening that one up. And then we're in talks to open up 2 in Europe right now. So...
Cool. International.
Yeah. So this is going pretty quick, man.
Less than a month.
Yeah. Wow. So some of this is we're holding on the ride. We keep telling everybody, we're building this on the fly, so we're learning a lot of new things, new technology, and things with it. So it's pretty cool, man. I'm stoked that we're getting this. It's good timing for people to get in and network with each other. How do people get in touch with you if they want to learn more about your company, your networking group, likes?
You can email me at justin.larson@movement.com. That's an easy way to do it, just like it sounds. I'm a S-O-N, so Larson is my last name. You can also message me on Facebook. I'm pretty well out there. You can find my profile, The Mortgage Man, and shoot me a message on Facebook, or you can even give me a call if you want to. My number's out there on my business page and everything. So I'm readily available for people to get a hold of, and then we'll get you plugged in. And Donnie's gonna be our guest this week, right?
Yep. I'll be there tomorrow morning, coming in, harass you guys, and I'll try not to make you cry too much, Justin, in front of all your peers, but we'll see what
happens. Same here.
Yeah. I appreciate that. So no, guys, if you are looking to get into some of this virtual networking, Jeff Kelly, I see you. Jason Smith, I see you, brother. What's going on? If you're looking to, get into some networking right now, guys, you still have to be growing your businesses. You still have to be out there networking. We've just helped create a platform that allows you to keep that up and going. Any parting words, Justin, before we get out of here?
No, come and see us. We're open for business.
Awesome. Love it. Man, I appreciate you doing this. Keep being a badass, and thanks for stepping up to help us launch that chapter up there, and, keep rocking and rolling.
Thanks, Donnie.
All right, brother. We'll see you.
Yeah, bye.